period. Hey y'all, in this video I'll be showing you guys how I did these knotless box braids on myself. I think they turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. This is my first time trying knotless braids. I've done regular box braids before, but not this kind. This is also my first time doing it in this small. Normally when I do box braids on myself, I do like the jumbo ones, but this time I decided to do something different since they were knotless and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's jump right into it. So I'm starting on freshly washed hair. It's already in sections because that's how I condition. It's about 8 of them, I think. And I'm just gonna pin my hair up out of the way and get started in the back. This is the Shop Coil hair serum that I'm gonna be using as a heat protectant for when I blow dry my hair to prep it for the braids. I'm using this comb attachment on my blow dryer to make the process a lot easier. And I'm going through, starting at the ends and going my way up. And I think I have my blow dryer on high heat and high blow while I start. And then as I continue on through, I lower down the heat setting. But when I first start off, it's on high heat and high blow. So now I'm just going to continue this process throughout my whole head. These are the first 2 sections. And when I'm done, look at all of that. See, that's just 2 sections out of 8. That's crazy. I have too much hair. This process took forever, which is why I decided to do it the night before. So I'm not doing everything all on the same day that I'm doing the braids. This is the previous night. And bam, I'm done. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Now I'm just combing through it just because I felt like it, really. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my sections, parting off my sections for the braids the night before as well, so that I can help out. And this is how I do it. I really I moved over here because it's a mirror in front of me, so then I can hold up my handheld mirror in the back to really see what I'm doing. And that's how I parted off that back section. And I'm flat twisting it to like pin it up for the night so that my hair is not all out. And that's how I'm gonna hold it, so I make sure I keep my parts that I made for in the morning time. But as you can see, these horizontal parts are kind of thick, and I didn't really want jumbo braids, which is what I realized the next day. So I ended up doing this all over again, making my parts smaller. But this is the same process. I did it the same way, sitting right here, using my handheld mirror to look behind me. It's not gonna be perfect because you're doing it on yourself, but this is the best that I could do. And each of those little fat sections, I ended up making them into 2 the next day so that my braids could be smaller. But this is how I went to bed, looking all crazy. I just put my little bonnet on and went to sleep. And my hair was still stretched the next day. To twist it and make it revert at all. And here's the hair that I'm going to be using for the braids. It's Queen Bee 50-inch pre-stretched hair in the color M4/27. And now I'm just taking off little sections of hair that I'm going to be feeding into the braids as I go along. This is how big I made them at first, but I ended up making them a lot smaller than that. And hair pomade by Shop Coil, again, is what I'm going to be using on my roots to lay it flat, I guess. You know, you always got to put some on there to get it right. So that's what I decided to use. And now I'm just parting off my first section for the very first braid in the back of my head. And here you can see I made the section smaller. So basically, when you do this, you just braid like normal in the beginning. I think I braided down like maybe 2 or 3 times. And then after you do that is when you're gonna add in the extra hair. Get a small piece too. That's why I made all mine small. And you're gonna put it in underneath the regular braid in the middle and the outside sections. And then you just keep braiding like normal. So now I'm crossing it back over and going again. And I braid down maybe 2 or 3 more times. And then I'm going to add in another piece also in the middle and the outside section. And when you're adding it in, make sure it's when the middle is going farthest away from the outside, if that makes sense. I'm going to show it again once I get to the front of my head. But yeah, So make sure it's when the middle, see how it's going away from the outside piece? That you have to really make sure you do it at that time, because if you do it the other time, it ain't gonna work. So that's a key thing I learned while I was doing this. So after you finish adding in as much as you want, it doesn't really matter how many pieces. I think I did like 3 or 4. And then just braid all the way down like normal. Everything should be fine. So however many pieces you add in is how thick you want your braid to be. I'm doing mine kind of small because my parts are small. So now I'm just going to braid down, braid down, braid down. And I'm going to get back with y'all when I get to the front of my head and show it again. This is how this one turned out. And it was really good for my first time, if I do say so myself. So now most of my head is done. This is what it's looking like. When you do the parts going vertically, make sure you layer them like bricks like this so that each braid could fall in between the next one. And now I'm finna just show y'all again how I feed the hair in. So like I said, braid like normal right here, which is what I'm finna do after I get my 3 pieces. And I did this like 2 or 3 times. Then after that, you're gonna add the hair in underneath, in the middle and outside pieces of hair, like this right here. See, middle and outside, and add it in when the middle is going furthest away from the outside, like this right here. See, it went away. And then hold it at the top as you braid down so that it doesn't slip a little bit. Braid down maybe once or 2 or 3 more times. Add in your next piece, middle and outside sections. And then just keep on going down and adding in until it get as thick as you want. And once it does, braid all the way to the end like normal. So in this one I put 3 pieces in there, so I'm gonna just say that I did 3 for all of them. But yeah, so that's really all there is to it. It wasn't that hard in the front or when you can pull the braid in front of you, but in the back, that's where I was struggling for real. But I kind of got the hang of it as it went along, which is why I like to start in the back so that my sloppy braids could be back there and my cute braids could be in front. So now I'm just finishing up and I'm going to get back with y'all when I'm done. Alright y'all, this is the finished result. I really like how it came out. Everything looks all sleek. It's not perfect, but it will do, honestly. It doesn't look bad at all in my opinion. The parts are relatively straight, I guess, but it came out pretty well. This is my very first time doing knotless braids ever. And I think I did pretty good for my first time. And I'm glad I went back and made the sections a little bit smaller because I really like this look and how it came out with this size braid. I already dipped the ends of the braid so they look like this. Real smooth. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Not sure if I explained everything well enough because this was my first time. So I was just kind of feeling it out after watching videos myself. So I hope this helped a little bit. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and back for the next one.